2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Myre or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Wake up.
Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Job interviews can be tough.
Stressful.
Really tough. Extremely confronting. Like, where do you put your hands? Do you make too much eye contact? What am I doing? Do I kiss you on the cheek? Do I kiss you on the lips? Do I kiss you on the forehead when we greet? What do we do? What do we do here?
No one's kissing anyone.
Do I kiss your hand?
No.
Hi, nice to meet you. Can I kiss your hand?
Yeah, and then do you tip your hat?
Do you tip? Do I curtsy?
You'd be so disgustingly awkward in a job
Shocking.
interview because you're awkward in real life. But
Yeah.
can you imagine him in a job interview?
Yeah.
How have you ever been gainfully employed by anyone?
Well, I've had some stuff ups.
Yeah.
And it must have been like 2010, 2011 at a rival radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I won't say who it is, but it rhymes with 6.
Yeah. I'm familiar with their work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's been a bit of time.
Oh, only 13 years, mate. That's fine. Yeah, go on.
I did a job interview for a position on the street team.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't get it. I didn't get a call back. And I spoke to someone about it after, and they said, they didn't like what you were wearing. They didn't like the vibe of you.
Oh, my God.
So-
Did you wear Crocs and socks?
I'm not sure. No, Crocs weren't a thing back then. It was a long time ago. It was like 14 years ago.
Your other staple, which is just a T-shirt and a pair of flannel shorts.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, not long after, I had pretty much the same interview at Nova to become a Casanova, now the Supernovas, and got the job.
Yeah.
They were like, we do like your vibe.
Yeah, right.
Mr. needs a shave and smells terrible.
They're a little more conservative around at the other place.
Yeah,
Had
that's
I
fine.
known that you were going for a job there, I might have thrown you a bone.
You were working at the time, but I didn't know you.
God.
I think I've met you a couple of times, but you didn't remember me.
Well, I mean, God. I mean, you're hardly very memorable, let's be honest. And if you are memorable, it's for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Hey, if you are lining up to do a job interview at some stage this week and perhaps you're a little bit nervous, here's a few things to look out for. This is the latest, the secret water test in job interviews and how it can make or break your hiring chances.
Go on.
So it's when they put a jug of water with a cup out to see if anyone would drink it while being interviewed.
Oh,
It seems very trivial, doesn't it?
Well, what's the litmus test behind that?
So the thing is, if you don't drink it and you don't use it, it's a sign of I'm not confident enough to go down that space.
Yeah, see, that's what if I was nervous and my hand was shaking.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't
you?
touch it.
Wouldn't you?
But then the other thing is, if you do take a drink and obviously you guzzle it, it means you're super nervous and you're a little bit ratchety.
Or maybe you're dehydrated because you were hammered the night before.
100%.
Maybe that's the test.
Bit of a dead giveaway. And a lot of people, when this came out online, were saying things like, well, what I'd be nervous about if I was a lady, if I had lipstick on, I don't want to put lipstick on the cup.
True.
Because that's embarrassing. And then this is probably linked as well to the coffee cup test, which we've spoken about before. And that is used by managers. They would offer applicants a cup of coffee in the office kitchen before sitting down with the interview. So after they were done, if the prospective employee did not offer to return their used cup to the kitchen, they were unlikely to be hired.
Yeah, that's
so if
a
you just
good
get
one.
up and walk off, it's a good point.
It's a real test. It's like, do you have personal hygiene, firstly? And secondly, do you care about other people that then have to come and clean up your mess?
There's another example of at a particular restaurant where they would take someone through the kitchen before getting to the interview room and they would place a broom in the way through the kitchen.
Okay.
And if the person just walked around it or stepped over it without actually picking it up and putting it where it's supposed to be,
Where it's safe.
that was a test.
Yeah. Right.
Little tests. Oh, stressful.
Oh, stop messing with our minds.
Yeah.
13, 24, 10, let's do this. Did you ever butcher a job interview? Did you absolutely make a mess of it? What cost you the job? What
okay.
did you do?
Okay, here's one. Producer Molly, you ever been in this situation during a job interview?
I was interviewing to be part of a show, and it was a kids' theatre company, and they travel around to primary schools doing this little educational skits. Fun.
Wholesome.
So good. I slipped, fell, and said the F word.
F-bomb.
In front of children or just in front of the people?
Just in front of the panel, but I'm imagining they're thinking, we can't really hire her. What if she does it?
Kids, adults and F-bombs don't mix.
What a filthy mouth little acrobat she is, you know? There's no way we're hiring her.
13 24 10. Let's do this. What cost you the job? Maybe it was during the actual job interview. Maybe it was your first day as well.
Yeah.
And you exposed yourself in some sort of way. Not physically exposed yourself, maybe just exposed how weak you were at that job.
Yep.
There's a lot out there. First couple of days as well can be very, very confronting. Ask producer Molly about that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When
I need
you
a
put
bad
the
one
Prime
here.
Minister on hold.
No, my first actual day here at Nova, I got taken around to meet everyone upstairs, all the big bosses, and I didn't realise I had tomato sauce all the way down my linen shirt.
That's good.
We noticed. We just didn't tell you.
We thought it was part of the print. Very funky shirt that producer Molly was wearing.
And good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
We're so good. But what did happen? What happened to you?
I declared I was a communist in an interview.
Interesting approach, Anne. How did that go down with your prospective boss?
Well, I kind of wondered why afterwards I didn't get the job.
Yeah. Okay. Can you context this for us? Like, how did it even come up?
Yeah, so I was working for a multinational company at the time, and I was going for an internal promotion.
Right.
They had like a standard set of questions at the end of the interview.
Yeah.
To make sure that you couldn't be affiliated or involved with any political parties that could impact on the legalities of your business. So,
Yes.
the interview was going well. I was feeling confident. And so when they asked that question, I thought I'd be hilarious and declare I was a communist.
And you.
I've got a singer here. I've got to sing
I've
it.
got
It's
to
gonna
sing
go.
it. They're going to love this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And not surprisingly, you got overlooked, Anne.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And they said, do you want any feedback? And I went, no, I think I might have known where I went wrong.
I'm good, thanks. We are talking about basically tests at job interviews this morning. So employers or potential employers are doing little things just to test your aptitude or your moral compass. So they'll do things like put water in front of you. If you guzzle it, it means you're anxious and you're skittish. If you don't drink it, then they're suggesting that, what are they saying?
Or perhaps there's a lack of confidence.
Yeah, right.
And you're not owning the room as much as you should. It's like, it's hard though, is it? Oh, you're too underconfident, you're too overconfident. Like, can I just be confident? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Can I just be whelmed? Does that mean, girls, by the way?
I think so.
think it is.
So we're taking your calls this morning, 13 24 10. What cost you the job at an interview? Steph from Newton, good morning.
Good morning.
Steph, what happened?
So a few years ago, I was trying to move to Adelaide from my hometown, and I put so much pressure on myself for this interview because I'd been trying for a little while. And during the interview, I was obviously nervous and sweating quite a lot. I kept wiping it from my upper lip. And then at the end, they asked me if I had any questions for them, and it just kind of came out, and I said I was told I should prepare some questions, but I didn't. And then we all just kind of sat there awkwardly in silence and wrapped it up. But thankfully, my references actually came through and I did get the job in the end.
Yes. Happy ending. So that's a funny one because they're like, oh, that's a little bit funny, but also concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so hoping when they said to you, do you have any questions, that you were going to say, yes. Can you see the sweat on my top lip?
I was too nervous to say that.
Oh, Steph. Well, congratulations. You got the job. So all's well that ends well on that one. Travis from the city, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, what happened?
So it's not actually myself, it's actually my partner, my wife.
Yeah.
She went in for an interview for a HR position because she's got to be HR and accounts, so she wanted to move from accounts to HR. And in the conversations they were having, they sort of said, it can be a bit upfront and confrontational and that kind of stuff in some cases with the employees and that. And at the end of wrapping up the conversation, they're like, what's your weaknesses? Those kind of questions and that. And she said, I don't like confrontation.
So this is the most confrontational job available.
Yeah.
What are your weaknesses? Confrontation.
And I'm presuming she didn't get it, Trap?
No.
Yeah.
No
She didn't get a call back.
No surprises there.
That's good. How confronting.
It's like, do you want to be a pilot? No, I've got a fear of heights.
Oh my gosh, I hate flying. It's the worst thing ever. Can I have the job still?
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 640.
So this is a space where we can probably be a little bit looser, a little bit more blue, a little bit more risque before we straighten up after 7 o'clock. We've got a brand new producer. Her name is Molly. Spot on. And right from the start, she's been like, hey, Naughty at 640, give me a crack.
Yep.
I can beat myself.
Yep.
I think I can really shine in this space.
I have got some things to say. And so here we go. 6:40, Wednesday, 26th of February. What you got about your neighbours?
Oh, well, if I ever look tired, it's because of my neighbour, who has to be maybe the most sexually active man in South Australia.
Well, good on him, I guess.
Okay.
As long as he's doing it safely.
Yeah, well, we hope. We don't know a lot about the guy.
Right.
But we also know way too much about him.
Okay.
Don't know his name, don't know his story, have maybe said hello once in a year.
What does he look like? Does he look sort of normal, good looking?
Normal.
Yeah.
He's a dad.
Oh.
Okay.
He notoriously keeps us up with his antics.
Okay.
Wow. So you
Yes.
can hear what's going on.
Everything.
Are you guys, so what, are you part of an apartment complex or something?
Yeah, so we live in a block of units and the walls, they're thin.
Yeah.
He first moved in and we thought, okay, cool, new neighbour, this should be fun, whatever.
Nice single dad.
Yeah.
Just living the quiet life.
Yep.
Okay.
I reckon it was the first day. He woke us up at, I think, 1 a.m. with the loudest sex
You can
you've
say sex.
ever heard.
Well, first of all, that's too late, by the way.
Yeah.
That is far too late.
I mean, God, don't you have to get up in the morning?
Jeez.
Okay, I don't want to drill down too much, but do you hear more so him or her?
It's her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
And it happens multiple
Sorry, no
times,
clapping.
Jodes. More than once. So it will happen at 1, then it will happen again at 3, then it will happen again at 5.
what, you talk, in one night, in one sitting?
Yes.
yes, mate.
Are you kidding?
And it goes forever.
Oh,
And it's not loud for, a certain part of the activity.
the whole time.
He has to have the most impressive moves. I don't know.
See, this is crazy because you know enough about us, Molly, to know that Jody's only had sex 4 times, 4
Yeah.
kids, and I've had sex 3 times, 3 kids.
Yeah.
And he's not 3 or 4 times in one sitting.
Yeah.
It sure as hell didn't go at 1, at 3, at 5, and at 7 again. For goodness sake.
And he's not like 23.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe late 30s.
When was the last time it happened?
Yesterday. Last night.
He's very busy. And did you know it's the same partner every time? Or?
It's definitely a different partner.
Oh,
So
my
how
very
can you
goodness.
tell from the vocal range?
So the first partner was particularly,
Shrill?
she had a good time.
Yeah.
Lately it's dropped off a little.
Yeah, okay.
But if you want to know anything about it, we can tell you. We almost feel like we need to leave our own bed.
Yeah.
Because it feels like we're a part of it.
Yeah. This is a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a solution, Molly.
So
You can't beat him, join him.
it's good to get some feedback, particularly if it's for new listeners, maybe even if it's family members. And we're in an interesting space right now with a new producer. Her name
Yeah.
is Molly.
Producer Molly, we just heard from her in the Naughty at 6:40, just discussing at length. Oh, mate, oh, God, she wouldn't shut up about it.
To summarise it in 2 words, you'd probably say something like, oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So her neighbours are very active, let's put it that way, and are very loud in those activities. And you did say to us before we went to air, can you guys just be careful because my Nana listens now? And your Nana Margaret has just texted you and said what?
She said, Molly, you know I'm listening, Nana.
Aww.
Morning, Nana. My brother texted as well. I didn't know he listened.
Oh.
He said, that was funny.
That was it? Not even like a laughing emoji, nothing?
He said, my least favourite story of yours, but fun live.
Oh.
Okay, well, there you go. Nana Margaret, look, I think we're peeling back the layers for producer Molly, and
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, we're finding some stuff.
Well, you do a bit of gear before the show starts at 6 o'clock at 5:30, and you said that your Nana Margaret gets up at 5:30 and listens to you.
Yes, Nana.
That's
I feel like
sweet.
if I was taking the bins out, my parents would stand on the curb and watch with
And
my
watch
Nana.
you.
Like, they're
Wow.
just
Proudly.
very supportive people.
Yeah.
Look at her bin technique. It's fantastic.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know. I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know. What you need need to know with Jody and Hazy.
Politicians and accountability when it comes to expenses. Oh, boy.
Well, thank goodness for the Freedom of Information Act, because a group of top SA government executives have taken an afternoon off to do what, pray tell?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Go on a helicopter ride over the Barossa.
Nah.
Geez, go to the Cube. I don't know.
Nah, not
What
that.
else do you do in South Australia that's really cool and iconic?
Well, you go on a 2-hour cuttlefish swim and a boat trip.
Oh, yeah, of course. That was going to be my next guest,
Yeah.
of course.
So 11 government executives along with 3 senior staff members were sent on the 2-night trip that has been labelled as an example of taxpayer dollars being squandered.
Do you know what, though? The cuttlefish, they need attention.
Oh.
They need attention.
Do they?
They're not going to see themselves, all right?
Yeah.
And if we don't keep on paying attention to these beautiful little cuttlefish, then what happens? They might go somewhere else.
May I ask a question? You're a cuttlefish swimmer from way back.
I
aren't you?
am, actually.
Okay, so you've been. Talk us through the attraction.
Do you know what? I want to smash the politicians for this. I've done it. We did it as part of SA Weekender.
Yep.
And it's a little spot in Whyalla, which is, it's actually quite interesting. I don't want to bore you, Joes, but it's like the perfect environment for cuttlefish. That's why they're there.
Okay.
It's very, very iconic.
Yep.
They're amazing creatures.
But what makes the cuttlefish amazing?
If they're not aliens, then I don't know what is.
Okay.
They're freaky little things and they go all different colours and they're aggressively tame. It doesn't make sense that they're aggressive and tame. Anyway, let's move past that. But you can swim like literally right up next to them because we were filming them.
Yeah.
And you get up right in their face and they'll be like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Producer Molly, you've seen it?
I haven't, but do they light up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that they go different colours.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they, like-
luminous.
yeah,
but I think
they're-
they can actually glow in the dark and all
Yeah.
sorts of things.
Right.
I'm telling you, they're aliens. And the only time that they will sort of veer off is when you try and touch them.
Oh.
Try to touch them,
Which
they
I
veer
bet
off.
you did. You did.
What about as well? They're so tame. They're idiots, let's be honest, because creatures shouldn't be this tame. And just before we started filming, and they said, you got to be careful, timing's everything. The cuttlefish were there being like, hey, what's going on? We're just relaxing. And then a pot of dolphins came through, like 3 of them, and just went chomp, 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 and deleted about 5 of them. And the other guys were like, whoa, bro, what just happened? Where's Billy? And as I said, you got to be careful because the dolphins will just, when they feel a little bit hungry, will come through and clean them up.
Yeah, right. So what started out as a really beautiful story about illuminating cuttlefish just ended in absolute carnage.
100%.
Thanks for that, Hazy.
13, 24, 10, are you a cuttlefish and have you lost a mate to a dolphin?
Hey, so not so long ago, you were pretty vulnerable with all of us, and you just spoke about how you're a bit concerned with your relationship with alcohol. Not so much during the week, but Friday nights, maybe Saturday nights, you were hitting it a little bit too hard. And well done to you, because there was a really big reaction from everyone who was listening. We had lots of calls, lots of texts as well, of people who can basically understand exactly what you're going through. And we had one call from Anonymous who really touched us all. Have a listen.
So he's been sober for over a year now. He was a heavy drinker, and I always didn't think that it was an issue. Family history, always had drinking in the family. Fell out the tree and kind of realised that needed to make a change. And not only has it been great for his health, but obviously relationships around him have just improved. To me, I'm so proud of him, and it's changed our relationship.
Can I ask you what it's felt like to have your husband back?
Amazing. I've got my best friend back. Sorry, I didn't realise how much it would impact me, but yeah, it's so good to see the best version of him.
We had some great calls, and that call from an anonymous listener, geez, it hit me. And I've spoken to some mates since then who have said, yeah, I felt like I was in the same situation. So it's definitely an adjustable lifestyle piece that we can do. And also, I've spoken to this. I want to say her name, but I can't because she's anonymous. But we shared a phone call and we've shared some texts as well. And she's absolutely fantastic.
Okay, I don't mean to blow smoke up you, but you are such a nice person. You were like, I really want to speak to that lady. And so you went out of your way during the day to give her a phone call, and you guys chatted for ages, didn't you?
Yeah, so she feels right now, we got a text the other day, she feels like a bit of a life coach. It's absolutely fantastic.
And Lord knows you needed that.
Yes. But quite seriously, so I called it a lifestyle adjustment. And that was on a bad Friday night for no particular reason. I could sort of pour 7 to 10 beers on the couch. And then Saturday night, maybe 6 beers, and maybe 5 or 6 beers on a Sunday night as well. For no real reason, not getting drunk, but just, I don't know, because so disciplined during the week. So I started the week before and then, so it's been officially probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had 2 beers on Friday night. I had 2 beers on Saturday night, and I think I had a beer on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, she's changed everything. What about heading into a Monday full of energy? What's that like? What about getting up on Saturday morning at 5 o'clock and going for a run in the morning instead of sluggishly getting out of bed at 7 o'clock and not wanting to do anything?
Yeah.
And the big one for me right now, and I had this chat with my wife last night, and I'm not sure if she'd be comfortable with saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We started speaking about it, and she said, how good's our relationship been in the last couple of weeks? Which was really, really important. I said, do you want to come on radio tomorrow and talk about it? She said, nope. If you hear my wife on radio, it means I've really pushed and prodded her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. We're 2 weeks in, but it's certainly not missing what I was doing on a Friday night, that's for sure, and just I'd call it aimlessly drinking.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's sustainable for you now that you've had a taste of what sort of, well, it's not sobriety, but it's like a much cleaner version of yourself? Do you think you'd be able to continue it on?
Yeah, but I think for me it was if one beer always leads to 2. Do you know what else it leads to? Like if it's after 4 or 5 beers, I will get that packet of chips. Or I'll do this. And then for a lot of people, I'm not, but I know a lot of people go, well, I will have a cigarette.
Yeah.
I will do this. And then maybe after 7, you go, oh, geez, I might just have a glass of wine. I'll open that bottle, have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
2 or 3 glasses later, you're like, oh, what is going on? And I've got that personality where a bit of a YOLO personality, you might call it. So if I can do this, then I'm telling you right now, if you're thinking about trying to adjust your lifestyle in this space, you can do it. It's very, very doable. And yeah, right now, 2 weeks in, I haven't felt this good for a long, long time. I mean, if I can do it, then you can do it.
Nova 919's Jody and Hazy, Adelaide's favourite way to wake up.
Nova's birthday payday just around the corner, Joe. It's $1,000. The second instalment this morning, the 9 o'clock version, up for grabs just for having a birthday. Probably a bit of a concerning time for the Oddies at the moment with the daughters coming through.
Yeah, they are. A lot of them. Like we've got a lot of girls in our family.
Like, wow. What a daughter factory.
I would quite like to talk about this on 13, 24, 10. What happened when your kids got their hands on your phone? And I will explain this because, there's a long esteemed history of my girls getting their hands, in particular, on their dad's phone because they're not allowed to have Instagram. So the 11-year-old, who's a big dancer, heavy into dance. So she follows all these different other little dancers of her same age. And then there was a period where she was commenting on all their photos, but of course it comes up Greg Oddie, right? So
which is just downright weird.
So it's just like things like looking beautiful with a big love heart, nice moves. So it looks creepy as hell.
It's come from the heart, so it's come from a good place.
It's come from her. It's come from the 11-year-old, obviously commenting on her friends.
But visually, when it's coming from a man who's the dad in his 40s, not a good look. Not a good look.
No,
not a good look.
Exactly right. So we've had a new incident in the Oddie household, and I picked up my phone yesterday morning, and I was like, what's that? So it had been posted on Greg's Instagram, and it was a selfie of the 5-year-old, and she's got her tongue out, so she's doing this, and then she's doing that. She's doing like the peace sign in front of her eyes, and I just thought there was no caption, there was no context, there was nothing. I was like, what is he doing? Unbeknownst to me, he's sitting there, he picks up his phone and he's getting like all these likes and all these messages about said photo. And he's like, what the hell's going on? She has posted her first selfie at 5 on her dad's Instagram.
And it begins.
And so it begins. 13, 24, 10, let's do this, please. What happened when your kids got their hands on your phone?
100% there would have been people who saw that post come up and be like, why is Greg posting that?
His Instagram is a disgrace at this point. What is he doing? Is someone controlling it?
13, 24, 10, what happened when your kid got their hands on your phone? Joe, it's your 5-year-old. Boy, oh boy, she's been busy.
Yeah, we've had a long, proud history of our kids accessing our Instagram and our social media. And on this occasion, my 5-year-old has somehow worked out how to post a story on Instagram.
Dangerous.
So she's just whacked up her first selfie, tongue out, things like that, and a peace sign like, hey.
Oh, how radical. What a rebel.
Hey, guys. hey guys, what's happening? Subscribe. Put your
Like
name
and
down
subscribe.
below. Yeah.
Don't get me started with the like and subscribe. It's a thing.
It's such a thing, isn't it? Too much YouTube for our kids. So we're asking the question on 13 24 10. What happened when your kids got their hand on your phone? Tana from Ranella, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Happy to share with you my most embarrassing. Actually, probably not my most, but right up there.
Yeah.
So my daughter took a photo while I was breastfeeding. You know, she thought it was beautiful. I was trying to encourage her natural, living my best life.
Yeah.
She took a photo of my breast and then accidentally uploaded it to my Facebook story.
Perfect. There we go. That's good. And your friends are like, wow, Tana's very open in this situation. Good on her.
Yeah, they assumed I was progressive, and I was like, I got some love for that, which was nice. And they're like, your nipples out, but whatever.
Good
good for you. And I was like, that's cool. I didn't mean that. And then some of my in-laws were like, hey, what's that? And I was like, whoa.
Free the nip, all that sort of stuff.
No one said that.
No.
Particularly not her in-laws.
No, they didn't, but they thought that she was going down that path.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tana. Let's go to Vanessa from Elizabeth East. Good morning, Vanessa. You there, Vanessa? Yellow.
Vanessa.
No.
No.
All right, let's come back to Vanessa, maybe.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Where were we? Oh, that's right. Free the nipple. Give us a call, 13 24 10. Like your child is going through a very interesting stage of her life. It's different from when we were 5 to 5-year-olds now, Joe.
Certainly.
I mean, you've got cameras to deal with, you've got social media, you've got all sorts of things. And now she's just experienced her first taste of uploading something on social media and getting likes and clout, as they say.
Yeah. And the cool thing is the sky's the limit now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now that she knows how to do it, who knows what else she might post on our Instagram.
Maybe Dad enjoyed the clout as well.
Oh, perhaps.
The notifications or the likes.
Oh, I know.
Check this out.
This is Adelaide's favourite way to wake up. Jody and Hazy on Nova 919.
13 24 10, we're doing this. What happened when your kid got their hands on your phone?
Yeah, it can be fraught with danger. I was just saying that to my 5-year-old who's learnt how to upload photos to Instagram. So on her dad's Instagram page, uploaded her first selfie. Well done, babe. So good.
So extremely dangerous, but well done.
Yeah, well done. At least it wasn't a photo of me doing something inappropriate.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what we found out before when Tana called through and her youngster just uploaded a little photo of her breastfeeding.
Yeah, why not? Let's go to Lee from Ranella. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning.
What happened?
My daughter changed the setting in my phone somehow, so every time I typed lol in text messages, it changed it to Willy Bum.
Nice.
And then I had texted my boss, and I had to ask a friend, and she said, do you think maybe your daughter's done something? And I didn't, because she was only about 11.
Yeah, right. I didn't know you...
It was doing my head in.
I didn't know. How do you even do that? Like, do you know? How do you change?
I can't remember. It's something to do with some pre-editive or whatever it is, text or something.
Yeah.
And you didn't know until after you'd sent it.
Oh, so you can't even see it in front of you. Yeah, right.
That's amazing.
That's incredible. Thanks, Lee. Let's try Vanessa from Elizabeth East, who accidentally muted herself before. Have you unmuted yourself, Vanessa?
I love you. I'm going to go to... Hello, how are you?
Who do you love? Is that to us? Or?
Oh, God.
Oh, no, we're back on mute.
She hasn't done it again.
Vanessa, you there?
You're kidding.
I am here. How are you?
This is all right.
Hey.
Hey, what happened when your kids got their hand on the phone? Because right now I feel like you should hand your phone over to your kids. That would have...
I know. I'm doing school run and everything. But anyway, my grandson was 4 or 5 years old. His name is Nate.
Yeah.
He is about 8 now. But then he got my phone. It took a photo of his you-know-what and sent it to most of my friends on Snapchat.
Okay, well, it's
100% he did that.
That's as bad as it gets. I would have thought.
I can't wait for him to hear this, and he's going to be so embarrassed.
Oh my God, it's so many questions.
Yes, like
yeah.
Oh, geez, what was how alarming was the response? Like, were people straight away calling, going, you need to sort something out here?
I know, because he sort of did it just over his pants, so it's like all bunched up. And, yeah, so I had a few friends just like, they know what he's like. My grandsons walk around with their pants up all the time.
Yep.
So they weren't actually that surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't think we can outshock with that, can we?
Oh, no. I wouldn't have thought.
Unless we want to go to Monique from Hallett Cove. Hey, Monique.
Hey, how you going?
Good. What happened?
Well, my 3-year-old at the time, I had just given birth to my daughter.
Oh, no.
And we were in the hospital having a nice, meet the new family member moment. I had my legs in the stirrups and my daughter took a photo of my husband holding his newborn, and I was in the background with my legs in stirrups and a doctor's arm in the air with a stitch in his hand.
Look, I obviously I don't know what that's like, but I would feel like that could be possibly the most vulnerable that a female could be in their life.
In their whole entire existence.
Because I've witnessed it 3 times.
Yes.
And yes, quite the situation.
I mean, I'm not sure about you, Monique, but I don't want that image on the internet. I'm not sure.
No, I got a few responses that weren't congratulations. They were more like, oh, did you need stitches?
Bit of feedback. Wow. There you go. It's a different time, James. 2025. Everyone's very open about what they're doing.
Commiserations, one or the other.
Uploaded to social media.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.